Hello, everyone. This is Kiana Dart. Today, I'll be walking us through my inquiry based analysis of Nuestra Comunidad Development Corporation, which is a community development organization in Boston that offers a model of what community driven development can look like in real life. So, the questions I'll be addressing in this analysis are: how was Nuestra Comunidad founded and what sparked its mission? What does community driven development actually look like in practice for the organization? How does Nuestra Comunidad aim to prevent gentrification and displacement? In what ways do they collaborate with other organizations to support residents? What are the long term impacts of its work on people's lives? And finally, how do community members view the organization's role? How it all began. Nuestra was born in the early 1980s out of crisis and community resilience. A group of Puerto Rican neighbors came together in Roxbury, a neighborhood in Boston that was facing extreme urban disinvestment. Between 1978 and 1982, Boston experienced over 3,000 suspicious fires, many in low income communities like Roxbury. In just 2 years, 60 lives were lost and millions of dollars in property damage occurred. It was part of a broader national crisis and included a broad response. Between 1976 and 1983, Boston saw the emergence of 12 new community development corporations, including Nuestra. In its early years, the organization didn't offer direct services but relied on partnerships. That changed in 2000 with the opening of its home ownership center. This signaled a deeper investment in serving residents directly. The home ownership center provides various services, including foreclosure prevention, health and wellness programs like cooking courses, exercise classes, health screenings, as well as financial services, leadership development, neighborhood associations, and first time homebuyer courses. In another slide later on, you'll actually hear about how a couple of the community members have been impacted by these programs. Today, Nuestra's mission reflects the evolution of its work and values. The organization is committed to building the wealth and health of Roxbury and underserved populations in Boston, enhancing not just physical housing, but economic and social well being as well. And importantly, this is done through a community driven process that prioritizes self sufficiency and neighborhood revitalization. Going deeper into that aspect of community driven missions, this organization collects resident feedback through events like their National Night Out and through other formal tools like the Comprehensive Community Development Survey. These tools help the organization identify safety concerns, economic needs, and long term goals from the people who live there. This is where we're building on community assets and taking input to guide the events, goal setting, housing priorities, and the services that Nuestra will offer. The organization also actively nurtures resident leadership, encouraging community members to become co creators of their neighborhood's future. The question of how and whether community development organization prioritizes development without displacement was an important one for me when it came to Nuestra Comunidad. Nuestra commits to keeping its housing permanently affordable, even though many of its units are tied to federal low income housing tax credits, which do come with limitations. Earlier leaders like Mevlin Colon have acknowledged that community advocacy wasn't always centered in the organization's approach, but that has changed. Today, Nuestra is working more intentionally to ensure that development happens with the community, not to it. Nuestra's strength has always been multiplied by its partnerships, from early collaborations with groups like La Lancia and the Hispanic Office of Planning and Evaluation to current partnerships that provide everything from rental assistance to tech training. In 2024 alone, Nuestra made 274 referrals to services like Rosie's Place and Metro Housing Boston, which is able to provide rental assistance and financial counseling. They also partner with Tech Goes Home to offer computer literacy, demonstrating how their partnerships stretch beyond housing, touching all aspects of a resident's life. In addressing long term impact, I enjoyed hearing stories from Marie Morissette and Renee Jolly, which I'll be sharing with you all momentarily. Although I'd encourage you to watch the videos that are on the slides to hear directly from the community members who have been impacted by the work of Nuestra Comunidad. So, Marie Morissette was introduced to Nuestra when her father was looking for housing near their church. As a teenager, she joined community cleanup and mural projects. One of her murals is actually still there today. She accessed financial literacy support, became a homeowner, and obtained landlord counseling through Nuestra's services. Now she's pursuing a career in property management and commercial development. Her journey shows how Nuestra doesn't just house people, it also invests in their futures. Renee Jolly lives at Bartlett Station, one of Nuestra's developments, and actually founded her own community based nonprofit called Roxbury Roots Montessori. Renee's story is a powerful example of resident leadership. Nuestra support gave her the stability and confidence to launch something that gives back, proving that community driven development creates ripple effects far beyond housing. So, what have we learned from looking back? Nuestra began as a grassroots response to abandonment and arson, and grew into an institution learning how to put power into residents' hands. Projects like Bartlett Station and programs like home ownership support reflect its success. Looking forward, the 2023 to 2025 Community Investment Plan continues to center equity, affordability, environmental sustainability, and inclusive public space, ensuring Roxbury grows with its longtime residents in mind. To close, Nuestra's story can be summed up in three key points. The organization is rooted in community. It started with neighbors who believed in themselves and each other. Nuestra focuses on holistic and equitable growth. It's not just about buildings, but about people, giving them tools and voice. And finally, Nuestra has a collaborative vision for the future. Development is planned with residents for long term equity and environmental resilience. I hope this analysis has highlighted Nuestra Comunidad's real world model of community driven development, its evolving strategies to prevent displacement, its collaborative approach to service delivery, and its lasting impact on residents' lives. I truly enjoyed taking a deep dive into the organization and look forward to questions and feedback.